Okay, the next movie I'm going to introduce is Sherlock Holmes, directed by Guy Ritchie. Okay, this movie is the relaunch of the Sherlock Holmes franchise that goes all the way back to the old books and then the BBC television series and so on and so forth. So there's a lot riding on sort of the success of this movie. Also for Guy Ritchie as well as his rock and rolla kickoff to a supposed trilogy that didn't happen, didn't do very well. So this movie stars Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. Jude Law playing Watson, Robert Downey Jr. playing Sherlock Holmes. And it takes place in England, Old England, of course. And it kind of goes through this mystery where there's a dark sorcerer who had been imprisoned in one of Sherlock's last cases and somehow magically survives his hanging and is leading him through this mystery of secret societies and dark magic, and Sherlock, being a rationalist, has to figure out how he's doing all of this stuff because he doesn't believe in magic. And as the movie's going, you wonder, is this sorcerer really, in with the devil, or is this all just shenanigans? But I thought this movie was a lot of fun. I had the kind of the same sort of blockbuster fun with this movie that I did with Star Trek earlier in the year. Just really good sense of humor, and the dialogue is really quick and sharp. And I think Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr. had really good chemistry. And yeah, I think they plan on kicking off a franchise here, and I want to see Guy Ritchie finish his trilogy that he started with Rock and Roller, because I like that movie. And I think now that he's made a bunch of money off of this, maybe he can. But I'm also interested to see where this series goes, too.
So I'm a huge Guy Ritchie fan.
Yeah.
The guy can do seedy underground London like nobody else. So the Sherlock was perfect for him.
Yeah.
He did it seamless. The way he likes to do his setups, where he builds up all these characters and then intertwines plot lines and stuff. Mm-hmm. I think he just did really well with this. Robert Downey Jr. and then all of a sudden the Rachel McAdams plot line hits, and I like Mark Strong in this.
Oh yeah,
I have no idea where this guy came from, but I keep.
Well, he plays a small role in Rock and Rolla too.
Yeah, he's got that role. And actually, he's apparently in Robin Hood with the new one with Russell Crowe. Mm-hmm. And Kick-Ass, the new superhero one.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see those because I really liked him in this.
Yeah, really good villain. It's been a while since we've seen such a distinct villain like this, like classic villain.
Yeah, he's got the slick back hair and definitely fits the profile.
Yeah.
I did like because Sherlock Holmes is all about sleuth and mystery and stuff. Mm-hmm. A lot of people I hear don't like it because it's an action movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, it's not Mom and Dad Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, no, he's not sitting around with his pipe and following around. He's doing hardcore drugs out here or there and then stumbling across
brawling
things.
Yeah.
I think kind of like you thought with the education, it had to sum up at the end there. Mm-hmm. They spend the whole time setting up the big magic plot, and then when they hit the rational, Sherlock was right kind of part.
Yeah.
That part, where it just flashes back to all the things he just kind of noticed but never brought up at all. That part was probably the most disappointing.
And it's probably the most traditional out of the whole movie. That's how most of the Sherlock books and stuff read. Yeah. And I do agree. I think that is one of the weaknesses of the movie I have in my notes here, is that there's a lot of exposition. Yeah. Just with all of that stuff. A lot of monologues where Sherlock just kind of has to explain the plot, and it's not a David Lynch film. It's it's a blockbuster that are meant to be seen by a lot of people. That's true. They don't want to leave anyone confused. But I do agree there was a heavy emphasis on exposition.
Yeah, but for the most part, Jude Law was good in this.
Yeah.
You always expect Watson to be the little pudgy guy running around trying to help him out, and I was like lean, mean Jude Law. It worked out really well. I like the aggressive violence because they got like 18 fights with each other.
Yeah, that's actually, I also had my notes as sort of a detractor. I think some of the fight scenes go on a bit too long.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It kind of reminded me of some of the fight scenes in like the Pirates movies where they're about 5 minutes too long.
Yeah, when you hit that wheelbarrow scene, you're just like, and that's way too much.
But I gave it a B.
I would definitely give it a B too.
Cool.
Not quite there for the A material.
Yeah.
But definitely entertaining.
But definitely a lot of fun.
All right, so